I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. For those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, the dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man, nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill their promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone. Welcome to Manifesto Mondays with myself and the co-founder of CULT.DAO. Gotta say, it did feel a bit weird not saying that last week, but it's all good. He's back, he's not doing a runner, so it's all good. We're still doing the right thing. But yeah, I think he's he's here. He's unmuted.
Yeah, I mean, apologies for my absence last week.
No, it's all good, man. You don't even need to apologize. Don't even make an excuse. Don't give us an excuse.
Okay, no excuse, fine, no excuse. But I appreciate Wastelander filling in on my behalf. Good man, he's a good man. You're all lucky to have him instead of me for a week, I expect.
Yeah, no, he is, absolutely. And thank you, Wastelander, for doing that. One thing, am I lagging or are you catching me? Because my internet is really, really bad.
Oh, you sound okay to me.
Okay, that's fine. We're all good. Yeah, I've just had a bit of a. So I'm in Pakistan doing it, and the internet has not been the best today. But yeah, let's just say I had to get another phone to hotspot that SIM onto this and make sure it worked. And they've got some weird laws here where if you use your phone in the first 60 days with their SIM card, the second time you come, it blocks your phone. You have to, yeah, they've got different stuff. So yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare just to get internet, which is crazy when you think about it in this day and age. But there's no existence of crypto here, so it's crazy. I mean, they did ask me what you do for work, so yeah, I had to just stick to marketing. So yeah, when marketing, I couldn't really say much more than that. So we still live in this day and age where a lot of people, crypto's early. It's so early, man. Honestly, when you go to some countries, you're like, you know what? Wait, we are early. But yeah, so today's Manifesto Mondays is around Modulus, and it is around zk rollups. And I know that I've definitely been trying to learn more on this. I am nowhere near satisfied with what I know about it. And it's quite evolving. We're seeing a lot of attention being given to zk rollups lately. But just to put it in a little bit of context before going into what it actually is the fact that sorry about that. So so the if you put it into context that everyone's talking about it now, the Medium article from Mr. O first talked about us building our own chain on the zk rollup was in October. I've got the date here. I'm sure I have 28th of October. I want to say, which is quite a while ago if you think about it. Yes. So yeah, it was in October 28th. So, well, wait, have I got that right? I'm sure it was. But yeah, just to put it into context, it's been a while. It's been a long time. So it's not just a thing that we've thought of. Oh yeah, zk rollups are hot now. Let's go and build our own chain. This has been a thought out process, and it kind of gives me more confidence on the team behind CULT ecosystem because they're thinking ahead of the game. They're just not going with whatever's whatever's the agenda, right, in crypto for this week or whatever. They're literally putting a lot of thought into it, and they've thought, you know what, this is good. This is the direction we want to take, and they announced it. I would say the first time I heard about zk rollups for me personally was through that article, and I still don't know a lot about it. So, but let's talk about what I do know and what I can relay, and then we've got obviously we can talk about what we know about Modulus so far, and see if we can poke any answers out of Artorias to tell us a bit more. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. A Manifesto Monday isn't a Manifesto Monday without asking for alpha. So we'll try. We can only try. And if there's any questions that anyone wants to jump on and ask about Modulus, you're more than welcome. Obviously, we don't know if we'll get the answers just now because it's still building. If you want to ask about zk rollups, anything specific that we may be able to answer, more Artorias than me. Sorry, Taurus, for throwing you under the bus. We'll try and answer that as well. And also, if you have any other CULT.DAO related questions, then of course come up, or even if you want to come up and say hi as usual. So yeah, let's get into it. Taurus, do you want to say anything before I get into zk rollups?
No, let's do it. We already got a request from XO. Come on.
Oh, let's get him on then. Let's get him on. Just connecting. XO, welcome, sir.
Hello, fam. How is everyone doing?
Good.
Happy
How are
Monday.
you?
I'm good.
Happy Monday.
I took a quick break, came to say what's up. Try to give some questions to you guys so that maybe the fam could have some alpha at the same time. I love it. It's small ones, like things I probably know already, but then I'm not gonna push it too far. So I heard that we're in semifinals for the logos. Is that what I understood?
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice. So we're gonna have another voting coming up for the logos this week.
Yes. It's gonna go up this week. It's just a case of getting it sorted. I was gonna do it Friday, then I decided just to wait until this week. But tomorrow, I think tomorrow's gonna go up for vote, and this one's gonna last for 5 days instead of 3, just to give more time for people to look at it and hopefully get some more votes on it, get as much as we can, as much input as we can on it. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Okay, that sounds great. No worries about the delay. Don't worry. Friday, Monday, it's good. Now a lot of people know that it's coming up, so that's very good. What else did I wanted to ask? I'll put you on the
Absolutely. But you
spot.
know what though? I was on.
So
Oh.
oh.
Oh,
No, I don't
yeah.
think you can.
Okay, so I guess we have to wait for the logo. And then once we have the logo, we can go forward with a lot of other stuff, like mentioning about maybe a website. I don't know. Like, I'm just brainstorming to see what's coming up after that logo.
There's plenty of stuff being worked on in the background at the moment. So yeah, no need to worry about that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll share a bit of alpha later on.
Yes.
We'll see.
Exo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, cool. We're good then. I thought I was getting rugged at one point. No, that's fine. I was actually thinking about the logo, and I was thinking if the final's done before ETH Denver, but I remember that, like, whatever the final logo is, there might be some slight tweaks between the devs and the person that's created it, just to, like, maybe just, like, finalize it. But it'll be around that concept. So it's, when I was like, oh, I'll get some merch done quickly and I'll rep it at ETH Denver, but that might not happen. So I don't know. Let's see. We still got a bit of time though. So let's see. Never say never.
I have an idea. How about you do a merge, just a quick merge about all 4 of the final logos that are left to be voted on, and then you'll have one. And also you can be like, hey, listen, this could have been a logo too. And this is people from the community who made this, but this is the winner.
Nah,
Thought about it.
that's gonna push it too far. That's gonna push it too far. Oh, okay. Just reading some comments, people. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into ZK rollups. I'm actually a bit nervous about this, so I'll just put it out there because it's definitely not something I fully understand, but I'll share with what I know and what I've read and what I have. And of course, please do correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I am also learning with everyone else. Right, I'll put that on silent. Cool. Let's go. Right. So, what are ZK rollups, or widely known as zero knowledge rollups? So, ZK rollups are a layer 2 scalability solution that allows blockchains to validate transactions faster while also ensuring that the gas fees remain minimal. So that's, when we think about it, that's 2 major deciding factors for a lot of users: speed versus, what do you call it, having minimal fees. So there's a lot of discussions around ETH gas prices, around scalability being faster. You want obviously something to be like, when you want to scale something, you want it to be quicker, because we live in a world where everyone wants things now, like right now. Especially, for example, if you want to make a transaction and it's time sensitive, right? And you want to get rid of something, or you want to buy something, or you want it done. The quicker you want it done, the more comfortable you feel. So I think these two, having them 2 major advantages for ZK rollups are huge. And so how does that happen? So ZK rollups manage to perform better than traditional layer 1 blockchains because they combine on and off-chain processes. So as mentioned just earlier, advantages, quicker and cost-effective. Huge two pluses, right? So zk rollups are layer 2 scaling solutions that bundle millions of transactions into one, which is then submitted on a base layer as a single transaction. So rollups spread the single transaction cost across many users, making them a cheaper option. Additionally, the off-chain process ensures that rollups offer a faster settlement, also easing the load on the base layer and unlocking mainstream level capacity for blockchain networks. There are currently two types of rollups, optimistic and zk rollups. So both approaches solve the blockchain scalability issue, but unique advantages and disadvantages either or, right? So they're solving different problems within each. I don't really know much about optimistic, to be honest, either, so I need to look into that as well. So Arbitrum and Optimism are the most popular examples of layer 2 solutions already utilizing optimistic rollups to scale Ethereum. However, another type of rollup obviously is zk rollups, which seems to be the end game for the technology because of the unique capabilities it brings to the table. I really like that. When I read that, I was like, brings the end game for the technology. That's huge, man. And we're right at the forefront of it. So we've been talking about it since October. I sometimes wonder when did the CULT.DAO team actually decide, like, you know what, we're going to launch our own chain and we're going to, do a zk rollup. That intrigues me because I read about it in October first when I first ever heard of it, but they've obviously been planning before that. Just shows they're big brained, right? And whatever they're doing, with their best intentions. Now everyone's talking about it. The hot topic is zk rollups. So yeah. Right. So zk rollups tap into their zero proof technology to submit regular validity proofs to associated smart contracts on the parent network, confirming the accuracy of the transactions on the layer 2 network. The reliance on zero proofs also reduces the volume of shared transactions data, making zk rollups privacy focused by default. In addition to privacy, zk rollups eliminates the need for users to wait several days before withdrawing funds from a layer 2 solution. However, the technology's promising future. I was reading this, right, and I was like, you know what? Let's actually however, the technology's promising future is its most significant disadvantage. I read that, I was like, what? There's a disadvantage? What's the disadvantage? But when I read further on, it actually made me a little bit more bullish on this, right? So I'll read this bit. zk rollups are more complex to build. Great, we're doing it, so that's fine, so requiring a heavy reliance on a few developers to maintain the Santine system. Okay, there's not many people out there doing it, but like I said earlier, crypto's really early. So if zk rollups are coming in and there's not many devs that are doing it right now, we're at the forefront of that. That is bullish, like really bullish. And also, there's been a lot of questions about why are we not doing it before Polygon, or they're going to get first mover advantage, and then you're playing that off against any major bugs or issues that they might come across that we can resolve before going out. So there's advantages, disadvantages on both sides, right? But I think we're taking a safer approach. We're still early. We're still ahead of a lot of people. So I think it's like you normally get one chance at, like first impressions count, right? So there's that as well. So yeah, let's carry on. Where was I? Right. So the other thing was, so zk rollups. Okay, read that bit. So and also depending on the approach, zk rollups can present some of the same censorship risks if the validation sequencing is centralized, because not all zk rollups are the same. These centralization factors need to be examined independently, right? So then that plays that part of, so all zk rollups are the same, what they're offering different. Well, this could be a prime example of that, right? It depends how we take the approach of validations and how that is spread out and how it operates in the back end. I don't really know much about that though, and I think Artorias has actually spoken about that much, but we can ask later on, but I'd love to know a little bit more about the node side of stuff, the validation side of stuff, how that would be, how that would be implemented, how that would benefit the people that are running it, how would it ensure that it's not centralized in a way, or not as or it is as decentralized as it can be as far as the tech takes us. I think that's important to say as well. But yeah, so despite being in its infancy, we said it's really early. zk rollups are seeing broad adoption across the crypto industry because of the immense benefits it brings to decentralization, decentralized applications. These applications expand far beyond the Ethereum ecosystem, with more use cases expected to emerge as the technology improves. Really early, super early in this, man. Honestly, really, really early. For example, so zk Sync is a popular scaling solution utilizing zk rollups. The earliest version of the protocol enabled privacy-focused and cheap token transfers and payments. However, the solution recently launched zk Sync 2.0, which will unlock the ability for developers to deploy dApps on the network. Starknet is another zk rollup project enabling Ethereum-based applications to scale throughput. Leading decentralized protocols like Immutable X already implement Starknet's solution, allowing low-cost transactions and fast settlement on their platforms. So if anyone's heard of Immutable X, huge for Web3 gaming, absolutely huge. And they've already implemented Starknet. So when you take that into consideration, you know, the big players are already either talking about it, developing, or are utilizing it, which is huge. You know, it shows we're actually going in the right direction. And our direction is a little bit different. You know, we're looking to be privacy focused, to give something extra, but also I think that it gives a lot more value to CULT as a token as well. Like I've said this loads of times, and you see this in a lot of projects where something new comes out and you just release a new token. Something new comes out, release a new token. But here, like they could have easily released a new token, right, for the chain itself. But here they've decided to use CULTs like CULT token as the main gas token, right? And that I think gives a lot. Like, yeah, it'll be minimal burns through the gas, but that depends on how big the chain gets. But it's another burning mechanism for us, which is huge. So so the first that Modulus was mentioned for CULT was around, I think, the 28th, as I mentioned earlier, where Mr. O in the article said they were building their own zkEVM blockchain, which is to be powered by CULT. The developers will be the developers are going to be bringing their CULT across to the chain. So I'm guessing that's from the vested tokens that they had, which I think are fully vested now, Artorias, I think. Might have caught him off guard there. Their tokens, are they fully vested now, the CULT tokens?
Yes, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, cool. So yeah, and they're the tokens that are gonna go. Well, they're gonna be part of all the tokens that are gonna go towards the chain itself.
Yeah. So we'll be providing liquidity over on their chain with those tokens.
Nice. So they'll be that's fine across to the end. So they'll be doing that to add liquidity, and every single transaction, contract deployment, build, and TX hash will be done using and burning CULT, right? So everything on that chain will be done for that. Current CULT and Revolt will also be able to be bridged across to the chain to power the network. That's interesting. So hold up. So you mentioned Revolt was going to be the first. So obviously CULT is like the gas token. Revolt will be the first token to launch on Modulus. Now I've just read that with that in my head. So Revolt will be bridged across to our chain to power the network. Can you tell us more on that? That's interesting. Now that I read it back.
What, the Revolt's going to be on the chain?
Yeah, no, but it just says to power the network. In what way? Or can you not say that yet?
I'll talk about that.
You thought about it. At least you thought about it. Okay. So due to the devs building on the zk blockchain, the intention is, if feasible, because this tech is there but it's not actually been implemented onto the blockchain, it's there at the moment, is to allow users to opt in or out of sending their contract interactions to a block explorer, meaning that it's up to the users if they wish to be transparent or not. So if they want to, if they want to keep their privacy or not, right? So I think that's quite important as well. It's a big part in crypto, and as things develop, I think there's a lot more people that are more. What's the word I'm looking for? I think having the option is great, regardless of using it or not. I think that should be up to the user to decide, which I think is great. I don't know. From what I remember, Tori's telling us, it's not from the off go that'll be available, but that'll be implemented, like as it says, if it's feasible and when it's actually like ready to go on. Is that right?
Yeah, that's something that we can't do yet. So that's something we're working on building. So we don't have any sort of ETA on that. But yeah, that's our intentions
Yeah.
for the future. Call that the roadmap.
Roadmap. Yeah, when roadmap, here it is. Here it is, guys. But yeah, no, it's interesting to know that though, at least, right? I know generally you lot just come out like, all guns blazing, like they were doing this, woohoo! We're like, what? Where did that come from? But it's good to know, like, I love surprises. But when someone tells me there's a surprise coming, I don't like that. So it's good to kind of know, like I say that to my missus like all the time. Oh, it's a surprise. Oh, but she goes, yeah, but I don't want a surprise. I don't like surprise. Why are you lying for? When a surprise comes like point blank, you love it. But now that you know there's a surprise, now you don't want to wait. You just want to know because you hate surprises. So, but it's good to know that you're actually thinking about implementing this, and obviously depending on the tech and how it's done and everything else that comes with stuff like this. It's good to know that at least you're thinking that way, and that has some sort of part in the future, hopefully, on the chain, which is great to know. So that was the main stuff that I've had. Obviously, there's a huge article on. Sorry about that. So it's a huge part of. What do you call it? There's a huge article that's written by Mr. Modulus then. Mr. O Modulus, Mr. O, on I think it's Medium. There's a Medium article, which I'm not going to read all through it though, but just to give you a bit of a flavor of like what zk rollups are and what we're looking to kind of achieve and how the CULT token works. We know Revolt's going to be the first token. We know that TRG is going to have a part to play. And when I was thinking about that, I was thinking like, I mean, all the questions that I think of, I'm mostly usually trying to put a tourist on the spot and ask him and narrow things down, which I don't really get far. But you know what? You don't try, you don't get. Simple. So, Artorius, I've got a question. So we know a little bit about Revolt. Obviously, you're not in a position to tell us more about that right now. We know CULT, we use as a gas token. So TRG itself, is it the TRG token that's going to have a big part to play on Modulus, or is it more like season 2 of TRG that's really going to be implemented into Modulus? Or is it there's no rules, let's see how it goes? Because that's a big factor in TRG, right?
At the moment, it's a case of that there will be an iteration of the rug game on the Modulus chain using Revolt rather than CULT as the token.
I don't know if I'm getting rugged or you, but I never heard anything there, sir.
Oh, I reckon it's probably you.
I heard it.
Oh, what did you say? Sorry, it's me.
I'll repeat it again. So the rug game will feature on Modulus. So that will be like another version of the game that burns Revolt as the replacement for CULT token. But as part of that, also that means TRG will have to be bridged onto that chain too, because it's when you're trying to burn, if you want to burn stuff through a smart contract, you can't really do that cross-chain very easily. So it means it would be also burning TRG, but it would have to burn it from a pool that's on new networks. So TRG will also feature on Modulus.
Interesting. So hold up. So when I think about how you're bridging liquidity, like from vested tokens for CULT to TRG, to Modulus. By the way, tell me to shut up if I'm asking something I shouldn't be, but I want to ask. So I'm just going to say it, and if you can't answer it, just say Harry. I'm not telling you anything. But if you're doing that for CULT, then TRG. I know there was a vote thing that happened on the groups where how much tokens the team should get, and I know you have done already. I'm guessing the liquidity stuff for TRG would probably be. I don't know how would that go on then? Like, would it be? Because I know that the distribution of TRG tokens was really different compared to CULT itself.
That would be much more reliant on people bridging their token. That would be the community. So effectively, there would need to be the demand for it.
Okay.
So people putting their TRG onto the chain, because we just simply don't have the resources to provide all of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
TRG.
how are you not gonna smash that? That's crazy. Okay, interesting. And I guess, I mean, TRG is so early, and like the first token hasn't even rugged. One of these days, I'm gonna say that, and then be like, oh, first token's gone. It's gonna be so random. It's gonna happen on a Spaces, right? When the Spaces is going on, and someone's like, yep, they've just rugged. Can't see your plans.
Yep.
Or move to another letter.
Well, first week down, so there's only 3 weeks left.
Yeah, 3 weeks left. It could be anytime now. Anytime. 3 weeks left. Hold up. When does that take it to? Oh, okay. So it'll be before
March.
Denver.
It takes it up to
Oh, no, wait.
Denver.
End of Denver, actually. Right at the end of Denver.
March.
Yeah,
March 6th.
Imagine if it happens while you're there.
Imagine that.
Everyone will be distracted.
Yeah, might be a couple of brawls there. Woo! It's not my fault, my little rug. I'm here in Denver. No, I'm joking. But anyways, let's see how that plays out. So there's a couple of projects that, well, I think Bank of Nowhere, Bon, has stated their intention to build on Modulus. Have any others come out saying that they're going to build, or have had, obviously, not any conversations that you had behind closed doors, obviously, because I'm sure you'll mention that as soon as they want to mention it. But has anyone else publicly said they want to build on Modulus yet that I might have missed? I just remember Bond saying it. I know there's been a few chats here and there with maybe even some of our investee protocols. I can't remember who they were now, though.
There were a couple that have come out publicly. I think History Token, which is one of our proposals, stated they would, and I know M87 they've definitely been toying with the idea. I don't know if they've confirmed they're doing it yet, but I've had a lot of DMs from projects about it, but nothing that I can, no confirmations, but not stuff I can really talk about, because those conversations are still so early.
Absolutely, totally understand that. But that's interesting. So whilst I've got everyone here, do I need to DM you as well, or can I just say that I will be building on Modulus too? Absolutely. So, and I'll say that happily, because I think what we're doing is gonna, like, it could help everyone. So, and if we push in the chain, like, I'm saying we, but obviously I'm part of the community, so I will say we, because we're all here together, right? Try to achieve this goal. So if we're looking to do that and people have assets on that chain, yep, absolutely. So I'm gonna say that publicly, that I will be building on Modulus too.
God, I can't believe you're shilling on CULT space.
You say it before anyone else says it, right? But no, that's just something I wanted to share as well. I've been thinking about it for a while. But yeah, as long as the Tories said that, it's all good. Now, anyone else says it, I'm not bothered, but it's all good. Cool. I think that's everything from my side. If anyone has questions that want to come up and ask or just speak or even say hi, as usual, more than welcome to come on. I've got one request. 1 second, let me get them on. I'm definitely trying to scrub up on my knowledge on zk rollups.
Hi everyone, thank you. I hope everyone is doing good. I have just one question about Modulus, our upcoming blockchain. Is it a type 2 or type 1? I mean, is it an Nuvium Ethereum equivalent or the EVM equivalent? Thank you.
It's an L2, so it's the layer 2.
Yeah, so it's not an Ethereum equivalent. It's layer 2 that runs on top of Ethereum. I hope that answers your question.
Is it going to be a fork of zkHvrry?
Yeah, very similar to Hermes.
We've got a shy crowd again. Thanks, Exo, for coming up, actually. And Nulusum. I don't think I've ever spoken to you before, so thank you for coming up.
You're welcome anytime, but can you please repeat what did Artorias said?
Yeah, absolutely. So Artorias said it's a layer 2 solution. So we're building on top of Ethereum. We're not competing with Ethereum itself.
Yes, I got it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
No problem. I'll tell Artorias to sort his mic out as well. I don't like that heavy robotic voice. You know, robots are building chains now. What's going on?
No. His voice is fine. It's your internet.
Yeah,
is it my internet again? Oh.
I'm also eating pizza while we do this as well, so maybe my mouth might be a bit chewy.
Robots eat pizza. When did robots start eating pizza?
Have you never seen Bender in Futurama?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And he smokes and he drinks. Oh, I wish I was Bender.
Excuse me, this is not an X-rated space. So. Anyways, where's who came up next? I think it was Earthlin. Earthlin, welcome, sir. Harry to Earthlin.
Yeah,
Are you here, sir?
no.
I heard something.
Earthlin, are you here? Can you hear us, sir?
Hello, hear me? Good
better.
evening, everyone.
Yes,
Sorry,
we can hear you now.
I was just putting my iPods, or how are they called, AirPods, in my ears. So yeah, good evening, everyone. I just posted the space of tomorrow. If somebody is not aware about it, we started a space called Treasury Tuesday last week, and tomorrow is the next episode. So I hope some people will attend despite of Valentine's Day. Those who are not having a romantic dinner, or those who are in the US, for example, it's the afternoon. So you are very welcome. We talk about investments, about our treasury, the state of past proposals, potential new ideas, and so on. Holly will host it with me. So yeah, everyone is welcome. And yeah, that was it. What I had to say, basically.
Don't worry, I'll be there. I booked my Valentine's meal for the same time as Manifesto Monday last week, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So you're telling me You're telling me, Artorius, you booked your Valentine's meal a week and a day early and you missed Manifesto Monday. That is bad.
Well, it's expensive to eat on Valentine's Day.
And the flowers
That's
are cheaper as well.
smart.
The flowers are cheaper too.
Exactly.
It's
This is
Oh.
alpha.
yeah, it's like double inflation on Valentine's Day. Nobody knows why.
If my missus annoys me, I'll tell her I brought it to Pakistan. No, that's cheap. Anyways, she better not have heard that. Anyways, Khan, welcome, sir.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pakistan. Harry, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Hopefully, the journey was very well, and there's no jet lag involved this time because I think the flight was only an hour and a half or something.
It was. You've been tracking my ass. It was.
Man, I know half my family lives in Dubai, so yeah, that's why.
I'm only messing.
The thing is that thanks for reminding me about the Valentine's Day tomorrow. I completely forgot about it, and yeah, I'll have to make some plans for that. Yeah, thank you guys. So the other thing is that yeah, we have an upcoming. I think announcement will be made by Citizen Kane. Hopefully, a winner has been picked also. So I'll just pass the mic to Citizen Kane.
Oh wait, hold up! You're announcing the winner here.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
We've been hijacked. We've been hijacked.
We have. But I like it though. I like it. Let's go.
Now Bond, intruding on our cult space.
Bro, we're talking about modulus here. Come on. You can go for it, Citizen Kane. Welcome, sir.
Harry, if you don't mind, Artorius, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to interrupt the show, but this is important information. Bank of Nowhere was nice to donate to the crew that does the Twitter Spaces. They gave us 2 BON NFTs. The NFTs that are going for. I've seen. I think we've heard 30 to 50 Matic right now. So these are real deal NFTs. And they've got a lot of rewards going to them. I just want to shout out their collection that they have for the earthquake for relief for Turkey and Syria. They have a $20 or 20 Matic. I can't even say $20 anymore. Matic's grown so much. 20 Matic Bank of Nowhere earthquake collection. 100% of the proceeds will go to them. They're trying to get as much funds as they can as quickly as possible because time is limited. People are in need right now, so they want to close out that collection and send the funds. But we need to get as much into that as possible. So if you're thinking about getting one, don't think too long. Just go ahead and grab one. Throw the 20 Matic towards the fund. That way we can help these people out. But I did a Twitter picker. I've never done a Twitter picker before. Khan and I sat through today and told everybody about this giveaway that we were doing for Bon. I was happy to put the Twitter picker together, and it picked out Silent Killer app, and I put it up to the top there. And if that person doesn't come forward, then we'll have to pick somebody else. But I want to give this person the benefit to come forward, and I've reached out to that person. So Silent Killer app is the winner of the Bon NFT today. And we have another one going out. Holly, is Holly and Bubs doing Thursday anymore right now, or is that still delayed?
I'm not sure.
We've got one more to give.
Might be delayed.
We've got one more to give away, so maybe we can do it during the Revolt show on Wednesday, if that's cool, with Alley Cat. But that's my piece. I'll step down.
Yeah. Whilst Holly's coming up now, so she can clarify that for us. But whilst you're here, Citizen Kane, just because it's recorded and you've said it, how long do you want to give to the person to come forward? And if they don't, then you'll pick a new one. It'll just cut out anything. Just roughly. What are you thinking?
Let's give it 24 hours. And
okay.
If nobody comes forward, we'll give it away during Earthling Space tomorrow night.
Perfect. Grand. There you go. You've heard it here first.
I agree.
Ursuline, you don't have a choice. I never got a choice. You don't get a choice.
Yeah.
This is cult.
Decentralized Earthling.
That's it. Decentralized spaces. Boom. This is what we're doing. Right, Harry? Shut up. Citizen King, go for it. No, I love it. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
No, not at all. Hey, Holly, welcome.
Hi, how's everyone?
All good. How are you?
Good, just busy. And speaking of busy, I was going to answer that question about our space. We are having to move it because of both of our work schedules have changed, and it's just not possible for us to do it during the week anymore. So it tentatively will be Saturdays at 11 Pacific Standard Time. I'm just trying to make sure that there aren't any major conflicts with that and verifying that that's going to work for both of us. But unfortunately, yeah, we can't retire yet, so still have to work.
You mean 11 a.m. PST?
Yes, 11 a.m. But that might make it so more EU people can get on there, though, since it's a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God.
that's
I thought you meant 11 p.m. and I wouldn't be able to stay awake that long. But 11 a.m. was perfect.
yeah, but in Europe it's like 8 p.m. or so, I think, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So it's a good day for the recap because it's more to the end of the week.
And then, actually, I'll give a quick little update about Denver. So I think we're ready. All the banners, I should receive the last of the banners, I think, tomorrow. And then everything's being shipped to IRL. I think we have everything for our booth. Our masks and brochures should hopefully, or the booklets, the manifesto booklets should be ready next week. And she's picking those up as well. So she's been a godsend. I think we have 23 people still going. And again, if you're still wanting to attend, it's not too late to apply. I'm sure they're getting last minute people requesting. I think Idris has decided that they're going to go after all. So we have quite a few previous proposal partners that should be there that we'll be more than happy to see. And we were also able to order 60 t-shirts. Thank you to the people that passed the revolt proposal. So those funds were well spent. I think that's the majority of it. I just know everyone's super excited to go. Everyone's really looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast. I get to MC the DAO tract, so that's going to be fun.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you for the update. And I for one, I'm really looking forward to Denver. There's so much happening. We've got so much to talk about, so much to showcase, so much to share. There's a huge group representing and going. I read something in Discord the other day, which made me laugh, which I'll share, that someone thought that CULT.DAO was paying for the flights and hotel, and I thought I was doing it wrong all that time. But a lot of the... yeah. And I was like, where did you get that from? Because I've definitely not been paid for that. I've been doing it myself. Am I doing it wrong? Is there a secret proposal somewhere? But I'm only messing.
You know what? Actually, no, I know what that's about. Someone was saying that they should put up revolt proposals for us to reimburse us for our expenses for doing that, as that is something that we are paying out of pocket to promote CULT for. So that's where that was coming from.
Oh, no. This was separate. They were actually arguing that we spent 200K
really?
or something.
Okay, so
yeah.
That they were going to. I know someone has been talking about that they wanted to put up revolt proposals for us. I thought that was really sweet, but yeah.
Yeah, no, this was actual,
But
they thought that a
we're
proposal
not
had
paying
passed.
for people's flights and lodging.
Yeah, I just want to say that it shows a lot of commitment from community members going out there, pay for the flights, visas, accommodation, and everything else, you know, even to take time off from work if you're working, if you've got kids, everything. And it's not easy to do that. And so thank you to everyone that's going to attend. It's, you know, it's going to be great.
Oh, I want to add one other thing that we're going to be doing there is with some of the leftover funds, I did purchase some CULT and Revolt, and we will be using Send to send some of that to people. I forget who it was in our group. I think it was Ethernex, and I'm sorry, I always say your name wrong. Ethernex. Anyways, he made the great suggestion of if people take a photo at our booth and tweet it, that then they can get one of our t-shirts, or they can get like $10 in CULT. So a little bit of promotion there from us, because I couldn't figure out how do we determine who gets a t-shirt since we'll only have 60 to give away. But that was a really good idea. So we're going to be doing that. They have to take a photo at the booth and, you know, include our name in it and tweet us out there. So.
Do we know if the presentations are getting live streamed? I'm assuming they are, because I know there'll be a lot of people that want to watch the CULT one.
Yeah, and I want to try and get at least a couple people videotaping those too. I think Mr. C had a 3D mask made, so that'll be cool. And they asked him too if he wanted to MC the DAO track, but he didn't want to have to wear his PFP for 3 hours.
Fair enough.
All right, I think that's all I had on it. Just super excited.
Same, Holly. Same. Thank you for all the work you're doing. It's hard to imagine, honestly.
Oh, I love it. I'll do this kind of work for CULT.DAO forever. I love doing this kind of stuff. So, and I'm looking forward, we'll be even more prepared for next year because this is going to be an annual thing, I'm sure. So.
I know a lot of people who wanted to come to Denver, but they obviously can't this year. So they're looking forward for next year. Hope to see them too.
Right.
And I was going to say, one day we'll have a CULT convention.
CULT Denver. Do CULT Denver
sounds
next time.
nice.
Or Modulus Denver, something like that. Holly, you said about having there was 23 people. Is that like on a in quotation marks official capacity? Because I know there's a lot of people I've seen in the chat that have just said stuff like they've been talking to each other saying stuff like "see you in Denver." So I think there's a lot of like just random people from the community going as well. So in terms of like people in the CULT community, I reckon there's probably a lot more than 23 total.
If you are attending F Denver and you are not in our official Telegram group, please DM me and I will send you the link just so that you can keep up to date with what we're doing. We're also trying to get people to take shifts at the booth. I'm trying to maintain a minimum of 6 to 8 people in the booth at a time because that booth is huge. It's 40 by 40 feet. So it would look odd if we have 1 or 2 people in there. So yeah, if you're not in the group, just DM me and I'll send you the invite.
Don't be shy, guys. Come on. We don't bite.
Chef J's up.
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys? First of all, Holly, thanks for putting all that together for ETH Denver. I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone and representing CULT, Modulus, TRG, Revolt, and spreading the word. you mentioned something, Art, a little earlier. I don't know if you followed up or clarified on it or talked more. I had to jump down for a second, but regarding TRG on Modulus, you said that there's going to be an iteration of TRG that burns Revolt, and obviously, it's going to burn TRG. Are you saying that potentially there's another community that has? Because I don't know, do you need permission from another community in order to burn their token, or is it just kind of written into a contract? You can sort of pick a community at random and burn their token at will for the game. Like, let's say hypothetically you chose Sheeb. Does there need to be like access to any kind of a deployer or no?
No, we can choose to do it to anyone. It's just a case of switching out the contract address for the burn token, which is
right, and then sort of.
Go on.
No, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, yeah, and then encouraging their participation, right? Sort of like convincing them, showing them what was built on their behalf and how it benefits them. You can just looking at how CULT got behind it and how much volume it drove towards burns for CULT. It would be, interesting.